Prior to conducting strikes on Sakaya and Kutaisi air bases, a reconnaissance mission has been tasked to identify threats and primary airbase targets. Our objective is to escort Su-24 MR Reconnaissance Flight 211 while it photographs the area. Welcome aboard my MiG-21 for Mission 6 of the Over the Hump campaign. I'm going to starting up right away because our mission is to convoy that Su-24. It's not really visible, but it's parked down the flight line over there, while it takes pictures of some enemy airfields. And I'm actually planning to do a close escort of it, so I want to roll when it does, so best be started and ready to go as soon as possible. So, there goes the engine, gyros, AC generator, all this good stuff. Circuit breakers on the right. I don't feel the need to enumerate in too much detail what I'm doing, because we've done it so many times already, but still. It does help for me to enunciate, so that I don't miss any steps, basically. Scale backlights. Where's the fixed net? No. Okay, I'll figure out where all this stuff is later. The brightness controls. Load cannon, shut the canopy. Seal, take gear handle fixator, flare cover, flaps, and what is the RSBN frequency? For now, chip 8. You see? Aha. It's been a little bit, so I actually forgot. So RSBN mode, and that should be us good to go. So I'm just gonna wait until that Su-24 taxis, and then I'll taxi out behind it. Alright, the Su-24 is rolling, and I'll be ready to roll right behind it. I did figure out how to turn down the brightness of the fixed net on the gun sight. It's this knob down here, and the pipper's over here. A little hard to see in the low light conditions, so... yeah. Yeah, I'm going to ignore that call out, because that's a little weird. Probably just ignore AWACS for now. I should actually be on the airfield frequency. Taxi runway 6. Yeah, I kind of figured that. We'll stay behind the 24. Now, I should clarify what I meant when I said earlier that... oh, bloody hell. I'm planning to do a close escort of the Su-24. That means I'm going to have my flight stay in formation with it and only engage aircraft that are an immediate threat. Whereas in the past, with the escort missions we've done, I've been inclined to sweep out in front of our charges to clear out the enemy fighters ahead of them. But because this is a single aircraft and one target that the enemy can concentrate on, I feel like it would be kind of easy for them to lure us away. So... yeah, I'm going to stay in close and only engage something that seems to be an immediate threat. Now, you'll notice that we've got, you know what, we're just going to have to live with that missile going, ooh-woo. Anyway, you'll notice that we've got 3 fuel tanks on the airplane. That's because we're going a pretty long way today. The reconnaissance aircraft is going to be flying a fairly circuitous, bleh, rude, oh boy. My English is failing me, and we're not even off the ground yet. This should go well. And for our 60 missiles, which are currently being in my headset. So that Su-24 can just round the corner, please. There! That'll do for now. Then I'll forget to switch it back to the missile spot, and I'll go to shoot an enemy aircraft and nothing will happen, probably. I'll try and make sure that doesn't happen. In fact, I can probably put it back now with minimal wailing and gnashing of teeth. I'll set this to 8 and a bit meters, the target wingspan, which is about the wingspan of an F5, but in practice, the using the gyro radar gunsight hasn't really been a big thing, so. SC-24 is rolling. I'm going to roll right behind it so we can join up immediately, because that is a very fast airplane, and I can see it getting out ahead of us if it wants to. And I can see them wanting to do this as fast as possible since, well, best not to spend much more time in enemy territory than necessary. There goes the missile again. Okay, whatever. 300, up on the stick. And we lift off very sluggishly because we're very heavy. Alright, gear up. Clunkety clunkety clunk. And center the handle. And where to go? Right there. 500, flaps up. Form up, turning south to the AO. So yeah, it does seem like the mission designer's intent is also that we fly close escort of the SC-24 MR. Now, aerial reconnaissance is an interesting thing. I've been doing a bit of it myself on Enigma's Cold War server in the MiG-21. Unfortunately, because of the limitations of the cameras of the MiG-21R, which the mechanics of that server simulate, you can't just fly extremely high and extremely fast. You kind of have to put yourself in harm's way, and you have to be in an unarmed airplane, which makes it a slightly butt-clenching experience some of the time. That SB-24 up there is actually carrying a pair of R-60s on its left-hand pylon, so it's not completely toothless. It can defend itself if it needs to, but realistically it does need us along, so we're going to join up with it and stick with it all the way through, hopefully. Alright, 211, which is the reconnaissance flight, reports that it's entering the AO. I'm going to try and stick with it, but maintaining formation in these clouds might be a slightly fun time. He's dropping below them, so it looks like he's doing a low-level reconnaissance, which is the sort of thing that one does when one needs a lot of detail, I suppose. Flying in the mountains in low light conditions is always fun because the terrain can kind of sneak up on you, but I'm mainly going to focus on keeping formation. My flight should be in an echelon right formation, but with all this maneuvering they might be struggling to keep that formation a little bit. Keep half an eye on the fuel gauge, but we still have plenty for now with all three of those external tanks, so I'm kind of hoping that actually this mission can be as uneventful as possible because we're going a long way from home in a heavily laden aircraft. Not really the sort of configuration I want to fight in. So, we'll see. Because 211 is flying so low, it should keep us off enemy radar until we're relatively close, so we'll see what that means for us. And he's accelerating again, so I'm going to go up to full mill power to keep up with him. I've even been having to hit the afterburner now and then. Because, again, SC-24 is very fast, especially down low. And those are trees that I can barely see on my right there. Hopefully none of my flight are stupid enough to hit that. I shouldn't have even said that. It probably will! And I am not going to shoot a missile at the SC-24, obviously. I'm going to try and stay off to his right, since that seems to offer the most terrain clearance. Alright, we've got a call out from control reporting 2 bandits lifting off from Kutaisi. Now, if it looks like they're heading towards us, which, based on the fact that we're cleared to engage, I'm going to say they are, I will commit on them and try to engage them a little bit out in front of 211 just so that he's not disrupted. So, AWAC, can you call out their exact position yet? Yeah, 246 for 80. And hot. Yeah, I'm gonna commit on that. Just so that 211 doesn't get disrupted. I think we can consider that an immediate threat. So, 246. Sort of over these mountains over here. And that makes sense because Kataisi is that way. So, I'll level off. Once they get a little closer, I'll start working on... Well, start working with my radar. Now... Oh, that's interesting. I think my external tanks are all actually empty, so... Certainly the wing tanks are, so I'm going to preemptively punch those off. Verify separation. Separation's good. We are in IR and air-to-air missile mode. That's all set up. Now, we only have our 60s on this trip, so there's no making reciprocal course attacks. And I think I see them against that red sky already. 246 for 60. Yeah. So we're going to have to try and circle in behind these guys for a missile shot, I think, is how that's going to have to work. So, and my flight have obviously detected them, so I'll have them engage bandits. For 5 for 50, yeah, that's closing fast. I'll get working on my radar. I already flicked on the low altitude filter, so hopefully we can pick them up and IFF them a little better. But I've spotted them visually anyway, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm gonna have my gun sight actually set up for use of the cannon, because, well, the Pipper doesn't do anything for missiles unless you have it in the game, rather than simulation version where the Pipper will follow IR and radar locks, which I have it set not to do because the real airplane doesn't do that, so. Better to have the gun Pipper actually along the bore sight of the cannon, I say. So, I'm going to try and stay below these guys so as to be hard to see. Swing around behind them and kill them. Although the fact that my, well, the fact that I have them on radar might mean that we're not going to surprise them, so we'll see, because they'll be getting alerts from their radar warning receivers, but whatever. Okay, who's this fella? That's an F4. So is Tail and Charlie. I'm going to go after him. I might be overcooking this a little bit, we'll see. Now the other thing to bear in mind that might affect our dogfight performance today is that those R60s are on double racks, which are super draggy. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, this looks good. Who's gonna get you? Oh no. Okay, that locked onto the other aircraft over there, which was a MiG, but it's never gonna get him, he's too far away, so it's not a big deal. I think I'm gonna end up gunning this guy. Throttle back a bit so I don't overshoot. And F4's going down. Woo! This canopy went right over me. I have a something on radar? Or do I? What's going on over here? Those are pilots drifting down in their parachute. Who's this? I think that's a MiG. Or is it? Actually, I think that's an F4. No. No. That is a MiG. He just has an odd profile because of his external. Okay, so where'd the other F4 go? I need to deal with him. Oh, I have a hostile on radar. He's the one, I'm gonna say he's the big one. Yeah, that's an F4. With a MiG behind him. So if MiG buddy doesn't get him, I will. Because my guys aren't jettisoning their tanks for some reason. Can I tell them to do that? I don't think I can. Well, that's gonna be their problem then. Okay, I'm not gonna shoot because I can't see anything. Big Phantom. I don't really have a good angle on him though. So I'll stay high and see if I can slot in. He's really low. Is he going in? I don't think so. I really don't want to hit the deck or overshoot. I think I did a pretty good job of that. Ooh, we might have another gun kill lining up here. Oh, look at those burner plumes. Yeah, this is gun time. Got him. Don't hit any of the bits falling off of him. And down he goes. Crew's bailing out. Alright, let's head west so that we can catch up with 211, who's probably out ahead of us at this point. Hey, Wax, you got anything? Am I even getting radio reception over here? How many missiles have I got? 3. Well, that's alright. 278 for 60. Say no more, I'll commit on that. I'll rest my radar for just a second. Sorry, can you give that finger to me again? And centerline tank's definitely empty, I'll drop that too. 279 for 60 at 3,500, that's pretty high. Hot. 279. Well, I'll make sure my radar's back on. Not sure where 211 is. Hopefully not in a precarious situation. Although I do kind of want to engage these bandits on the sooner side just in case, so I might actually ride the burner for a little bit since I still have a decent amount of fuel. Hey Wax, give me an update. Now, if you were to play a drinking game while watching this series where every time I ask for a bogey dope one drinks, you would die. Nothing. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep heading that way. That's where I figure the enemy is. Where's Kutaisi? Airbase. Have we passed it? No, that's it. I don't want to get too close because there might be some Thorad down there. In fact... Ooh. Okay, one of ours is firing at something. I don't know where any of my guys are. Just now. I wonder if I should actually get lower so that I can see everything on my radar. And I don't think I'm getting radio reception from AWACS, so... Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I will go lower. Just since I need to depend on my own eyeballs and my own radar. And I can't see anything against the ground in DCS. Like, when I fly the MiG-21 in multiplayer on, again, the Scope War server, ooh, something's going down up there. I tend to fly very low so that everything's above me and I can see it against the sky. And the MiG-21 is actually an excellent turn fighter down low, so that's not so bad. Because with this second stage afterburner, your thrust to weight ratio is ridiculous on the deck. Like, you can outturn an F5 if you're careful. And I have. Up high, not so much, but I have a friendly showing on radar here. So I'm hoping he downed an enemy over there, and that's the situation that we're in. Hey, Wax, can I get through to you yet? Can I actually spot this friendly? Is that 211? I doubt it, but I hope so. Because I'd like to link back up with him if I can. Yeah, I cannot see whoever this is. I'm probably passing him right now. Unless they went below him? I don't know. I'm gonna climb up again. See about the old radio reception. I'll turn off my radar for a bit, because I don't have that much time to use it, obviously, with the limited coolant. Now, I kind of want to keep north, because that's where our recce flight's route is. 151 for 29 at 0 cold. Say no more. As long as it doesn't take me too close to Tassi. Oh. Another group airborne over Senaki. Are we past that yet? I'm not sure. 190 for 22. Okay, I think that's the biggest threat. Get my radar into work. There's a bandit. Can I pick him up visually? Oh. Ooh, slightly off to the right. There he is. That looks like an F4. I don't think he's seen me, so I think I can slot in behind him. Who's this? Maybe another one. Or it could be a friendly, I don't know. Either way, I'm going after this one. Another bandit group. MiG-23s are on their way. Okay. Bugger, I've lost sight. No, there he is. I don't see anything now. What do we got? Ooh. Breaking out of them clouds. I'm gonna drop a couple of flares out of abject paranoia that there's something behind me. I don't know. I'm gonna get back below the clouds. See what I can viddy. 196 for 45. Oh boy. We're gonna get really stuck into a furball here. Well, as long as it keeps them off the recce flight, I don't really care. Come on, get under the clouds and don't hit the terrain. 254 for 5 at 2,000. I think that's this thing that I see over here. Yeah, that's an F4. Ooh, and I think I can get behind him. Yeah, he's coming through a turn. I'll slot in behind him in lag pursuit. Ooh, slow down a bit so we don't overshoot. Oh, this is glorious. Is this going to be my third gun kill today? I think it will be. He says. Oh, don't overshoot. Air brakes. Don't hit him! Don't hit him! Don't hit him! Ah! Okay. Is he gonna hit the ground? Okay, I'm not gonna piss around. I'm gonna shoot a missile. Splat! Splash F4. What else we got? We have specs up here. Which look like MiGs to me. What about this one? I'm not sure about that. 169 for 3. What's this? Single fuselage, that's a MiG-21. Single fuselage, single engine. Is this also a MiG? Yes. Their silhouettes are a little bit odd looking because of their external tanks, but yeah. What do we got? Okay, so those are both MiG-21s that I don't need to worry about, and in theory they're sort of watching my rear end. Are those airplanes or parachutes? Can I pick them up on radar? If not, they're probably parachutes. Yeah, those are parachutes. 155 for 2? Who's in and amongst us here? 2,000. Okay, so in and amongst, but above us. Tell me again, please. How much fuel do I have? Not a lot. I need to go back to base. Yeah, bingo fuel. Okay, if I can't actually acquire an enemy, I'm gonna start to flow north. And just not be all that worried about any of this stuff. That's MiG-21. Okay, you guys form up, and I think we're gonna get out of here if there aren't any enemies like right around us. Because 2-on-1 has got to be like basically done and getting out of here. Mud spike, yeah, I'm not too worried about that. What's this? More parachutes? Yes. 126 for 2-2. Cold. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about cold contacts. We need to get out of here. Okay, 2-on-1 is fence out and RTB, so yeah, let's go home. And one of my guys is ejecting, probably ran out of fuel. That's unfortunate. Oh well. We gotta get out of here. So as long as we don't get any additional contacts, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna run and get as much of my flight home as possible. Obviously we've had one eject already, but hopefully the last. We'll see. Whoa, 3 just called ejecting and I just saw something blow up. Are we being followed by something? Are we just being trailed and picked off one by one? Did I miss that? What's this? Holy shit, that's an F-16. Ooh. Okay, well, this will be a test of metal. But I'm getting angles on him. Пусть ракеты! Come on, come on, come on. Nope. Yes! Oh, splash F-16. 297 for 4. I think that's this one. You got any others? Nothing? Oh! Okie dokie. Well, I'm fairly pleased about that. Even if it started out with me being a bit... Oh my god. Fuel is very low. I didn't notice that, and my gauge is not reading accurately. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm gonna flow northeast and try and get as far into the mountains as I can and hope that some friendly ground forces can find me. Because there's no way I'm making it home with this little fuel. Holy moly. Oh! And that was another F-16 that I didn't see because I was too focused on my fuel. I have no aileron control. Please don't. Please miss me. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Oh no, I can't see. Okay, yeah. Objective is now to eject near the mountains so that I can be rescued by friendly forces. Jettison any external stores so I can glide as far as I can. And, yeah, get into the mountains to the northwest, I think. Abkhazians should be sympathetic, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Airspeed 500, that's probably more than my best glide speed. Yeah. Is that a settlement? Yes. I'll hide there. And that's what we'll do. That F-16 was still following me. Well, he might be marking my position and getting people to come track me down, but I'll have to figure out some kind of headcanon for this situation, because I am going to roll with it. But obviously, since I do intend to carry on with the campaign, it will include my daring escape. Yeah, I got an F-16, but I also got by an F-16. And it wouldn't have happened if I'd been watching my fuel a little more closely, probably. But the last 3, or is it 2, lights on the panel indicating tanks are empty came on really fast, which makes sense since I was riding the afterburner at low altitude. But yeah, I think I must have dropped my external tanks while they still had some fuel in them, and then the fuel gauge wasn't reading accurately, because for those who don't know, the fuel gauge in the MiG-21 isn't like a float in the tank like most fuel gauges. It's just metering the amount of fuel that goes out of the internal tanks and into the engine. So if you drop external tanks while they still have fuel in them, your fuel gauge will stop being accurate. So here I am. Time to go into hiding, hopefully find some sympathetic locals, and get myself extracted by the KGB or something. Who can say no to that mustache and that very shiny face? Anyway, not the outcome we've had from previous missions, but there we go. I'll throw up the statistics for the mission at the end once I've tallied them up, and I'll be around for the next mission at some point. So, in some ways we accomplished this one, because our reconnaissance flight did accomplish his mission and get away, but obviously my flight suffered horribly. Anyway, I'll be back with the next one soon, and toodles.